That's a diagrammatic representation of operation of natural selection on different traits. The way the natural selection operates on different traits, that is been shown in terms of graphical representation. If you plot a graph of the organisms showing the different phenotypes, on one side you have a phenotypes, and on another axis you have the organisms, number of organisms showing that phenotype in a population. So which two aspects on two different axes of this graph? On one axis, the type of phenotypes, and the other, number of organisms showing the particular phenotype. Mostly, particularly for the specialized or some specific characters. For example, let's say height in humans. If we consider these kind of quantitative feature, or skin color. Again, an example of which one? Quantitative feature. The one in which there can be a gradation. Okay, there's a height. So tall, medium, and short. Let's say tall is 6 feet. Medium is 5.5 feet. And short is how much? 5 feet. Like that. These are the three different phenotypes. This is the moderate phenotype, medium height. These are extreme phenotypes, very short, that is 5 feet, very tall, that is 6 feet. So if a particular human population is studied, so we can find that one of the possibility that most members are in the range of which one? Medium height, 5.5 plus or minus few inches. Let's take our population. Very few may be close to 6. Very few may be even close to 5. But average height, if you work out, it would be all around which one? 5.5, around 2 inches either way. So the graph will appear like this. That in population, most members are in which range? Very few with? And very few with? Like that. These two are extreme. This is the medium or moderate range over there. So the phenotype that is favored by natural selection, let us say that is 5.5, and which we can make out over here. Our population, which population I'm talking about? Let's say Indian population, subcontinental. If you go to Africa or if you go to Europe, almost many of them may be close to 6, in fact. Very few may be in the range of 5. If you go to China and certain places, Nepal, etc., particular tribes, most of may be having which height? Close to 5. But if you talk about our population and height is the character, well, this may be reflecting our population's graph of phenotypes of height versus what? Number of individuals having those heights. So most members may be in the range of which one? 5, medium expression of this height character. That is, medium-sized individuals, they are more favored by nature in our population. Now, this kind of a graph it is not necessary, it will always be like this. For many characters, nature prefers to have a moderate expression, not an extreme expression. For most characters, nature prefers which kind of expression? Moderate, not extreme. Just a height, Usman. But it is not compulsory that it will always be like this. For some character, there can be deviation from this, one of the most common pattern. What I am writing for this is which one? Common pattern. But it is not compulsory for every character. The nature will show common pattern. Natural selection can show you other flavors also. And which are the other flavors? Have a look at it. Number one possibility. What is happening in this graph? How is it modified into this one? When will it turn into this kind of a graph? Tell me. When that moderate expression is preferred to the highest possible number. Yes, here moderate expression is preferred, but there are also members with which expression extreme, 5 feet as well as 6 feet. So let's say that 60% are like this, and 20% are 5 feet, 20% are 6. In this one, 80% members are which one? And hardly 10% on either side for extreme one. So which phenotype is further favored by natural selection? Already it was favored, that we can make out. तीनों के 33% होते तो we would say that nature is not selecting any phenotype, nature is preferring all phenotypes. Here you can easily make out what is being preferred, medium expression. But here also medium expression is preferred, but it to the highest possible extent. So what happens? Peak gets what? Higher and narrower. ये जो peak है वो higher जा रहा है और कैसा जा रहा है? Narrower जा रहा है ऐसा. This type of natural selection where medium or moderate expression is preferred to the maximum possible extent, keeping the peak taller and narrower, we call it as which one? Stabilizing selection. Natural selection का ये कौन सा pattern है? Stabilizing pattern. Intermediate phenotype is most preferred. Intermediate phenotype is most preferred. Which is the intermediate phenotype in this case? Height 5.5, medium height. Achha, can you see here? This graph is shifting its peak either towards which side? 6 feet, tallest one or tall one, or else towards which one? 5 feet, lower. So the peak is shifting towards any one of the extreme phenotype, either very tall or else very short. So इसमें भी दो वर्जन हो सकते हैं. या तो ग्राफ कैसे जाएगा? ये फॉर्मेट में. So hardly 10% with what? 5 feet. 20% with what? 5.5. Remaining 75% are with, or 70% are with what? या फिर रिवर्स हो सकता है. क्या हो सकता है? 70% may be having 20% 5.5 and 10%. Either of that, the ones in which the peak is shifted to any one of the extreme phenotype, we call this as which one? It is getting direction from its medium range to any one of the extreme. Single extreme phenotype is favored. देखो single, दो में से कोई एक, दो साथ में नहीं, दो में से कोई एक extreme phenotype को favor मिल रहा है. So natural selection is pushing for any one extreme. That is the directional selection. What you can see here? Tell me. Two peaks parallel. Both extreme phenotypes are preferred. Either of them, not either of them, both of them. Either most of them are which one? Short, or but very few are which one of moderate or intermediate phenotype. 40% with 5 feet, 40% with 6 feet, and 5.5 with which one? Or 20% with which height? So in one case, standard pattern, typical common pattern, all the three phenotypes prevail. Most members belong to intermediate, but other two phenotypes are also observed in a sufficient number. That's a typical graph. What are the possible three deviations? Number one, stabilizing selection, the one in which the peak is becoming higher and narrower. So which phenotype is most preferred now? In the second possibility, directional selection, peak is shifting to either of the extreme phenotype, either very low or very high category. And in third, disruptive selection, what happens? Parallelly, two peaks, one for each extreme phenotype. One for each extreme. Extreme short and extreme long, tall, like that. Very few with the intermediate. This is called as disruptive selection. From exam point of view, MCQs come in good CET. Side पे लिख देना. Good CET, confirm MCQ. You may be given the example that, let's say, in one area, the newborn babies are studied. Their weight was considered as their phenotype. Character and its phenotype. Character is weight of the newborn baby. Phenotypes are 3.5 kg, 3 kg, and 2.5 kg. 2.5, 3, and 3.5. And observed that majority babies had 2.5 kg, and very few numbers were having 3 kg and 3.5. Which type of natural selection? Directional. Which one? Directional. 2.5, 3, and 3.5 are the three phenotypes. Which are the extreme? 2.5 very low, 3.5 very high, 3 is intermediate. So first of all, आपको तीन लिख के वर्कआउट करना है, extremes and intermediate. फिर आप देखो कौन सा ज्यादा है, उसको encircle करो, आपको पता चल जाएगा. If they say that most babies are born with the 3 kg weight, what will you write down? If they say that very few babies had 3 kg weight, either they had a 3.5 or had a 2.5. So then you go for which one? So that you have to work out. Clear? MCQ होता है, उसमें तीन चार ऐसा ऑप्शन ही आएंगे और आपको एक डिटेल इंफॉर्मेशन दिया है, कोई भी कैरेक्टर और उसका ये तीन फिनोटाइप. हाइट हो सकता है, बेबीज का वेट हो सकता है, या फिर कोई और पिगमेंटेशन का लेवल, एंड इट कुड बी एनी सच थिंग. आपको मैंने जो पैटर्न बोला वो अंडरस्टैंड करना. फाइन. दो पीक आए तो सिंगल पीक फॉर एनी एक्सट्रीम, देन single peak for intermediate phenotype. Common sense का matter. You do complete this work and then we go to the next. Of evolution, a whole history of evolution over the 3 billion years since life originated till the mammals are developed. In the mammals also, particularly the humans evolution, that is being explained in a brief. First part of it, it's about that 2000 million years ago, first cellular forms came into existence. So nearly 2 billion years back, that's what they say. Real information is how much? 2.9 or 3 billion years back it happened. But fine. At that time, the non-cellular aggregates of macromolecules. I told you while I was explaining this evolution, particularly which theory? Oparin and Haldane theory. That the aggregation of macromolecules, polysaccharides, polynucleotides, proteins, came together and worked as the aggregation. And particularly those aggregations which were enveloped by what? Membrane. Enveloped by membrane. They started behaving as what? Cell. Of course, initial group was unicellular forms. When it was developed as a living form, first it was which category? Unicellular. Then came which forms? And then different varieties of organisms, including plants, animals. Amongst animals, invertebrates evolved how many years back? 500 million years back. And fishes, that is beginning of vertebrates. Jawless fishes, 350 million years back. Million years ago. Seaweeds and few other plants, 320 million years ago, they were developed. Plants invaded the land. Approximately 300 million years ago, plants invaded the land. Means you can say bryophyte pterodon, the initial amphibious, or you can say land plants. How many years ago they started existing over there? 300, 320 million years ago. 350 million years ago, what happened is fish with stout and strong fins, which are called as lobes. They are called as what? Lobe. So these fishes are called as lobe fin fishes. Group, this scientifically the group is identified as coelacanth. They are known as which one? Coelacanth. They were able to move on land and go back to water. Can you imagine there is a freshwater body from which a fish is coming out on a land like a frog and going back to the water. Water to land, literally crawling on land, and from land coming back to which one? Water. And how would it move on the land? With the help of its fins. Fins were, not normal fins. They were very stout and strong. The whole body weight is to be lifted by those fins. Literally walking like a tetrapod. Maybe that may be the initial ancestral form of actual tetrapods which evolved. Amphibia, reptilia, aves and mammals को tetrapods कहते हैं. Tetrapods means what? 4 limbs, 2 pairs of limbs by which they can walk. So first time fishes of this category, they were able to walk over there. Lobe fin fish group is known as which one? Coelacanth. Scientists thought that they had the fossils of such fishes, but not a live example. So they thought that they existed 350 million years back. From them, what must have evolved? First tetrapods, particularly amphibia. And with that, they must have become what? Extinct. So they are no more existing over there on Earth. Interestingly, they were discovered, one of the member of this category was discovered in 1938 from which one? South Africa. उसको Latin area कहते हैं. Latin area, the coelacanth fish. I'll be sending the pic on the group along with the notes. I think I have. If you see the WhatsApp group, when I send the notes of this as a one stroke, all the pages were sent. Some extra pics were sent. In that, one of the pic is of this lobe fin coelacanth fish named as Latimeria that was obtained from. Since then, never been seen. So that may be one of the last few members which are left, and that may have become now extinct, which was believed to be extinct millions of years back, was found alive. For such organisms, we use the word living fossil. The term you understand, a living fossil. आगे एक बार explain कर दिया होगा शायद. As a horseshoe crab, king crab के बारे में बोला होगा शायद कि वो उस कैटेगरी का क्रैब है जो millions of years back extinct हो गए, उसका कोई मेंबर नहीं है अवेलेबल, उस कैटेगरी का एक क्रैब वैरायटी अवेलेबल. जैसे वो एक्सटिंक्ट ऑर्गेनिजम्स के फॉसिल्स हेल्प करते हैं ना टू अंडरस्टैंड इवोल्यूशन, बट ये तो लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म, सो दे आर कंसीडर्ड टू बी व्हिच वन? लिविंग फॉसिल. Normally fossil is supposed to be the remnants of dead extinct organisms, but this is which one? Organism as such called as living fossil. आर्किया बैक्टीरिया के लिए वर्ड यूज होता है लिविंग फॉसिल. क्यों? They live in the same conditions in which the oldest possible bacteria, when they evolved, bacteria evolved, these forms of bacteria were existing right from the beginning of the origin of life. Those extreme conditions, volcanic eruptions and all that stuff, methane originating over there, evolving at various places. Those halophiles, those methanogens, those thermoacidophils, they are known as which category of bacteria? And they are also considered to be what? Living fossil. The way king crab and the way Coelacanth fish which was obtained. All these are classic examples of which one? Living organism. See, from such fishes which could come on land and go back with the lobes, what must have evolved? Like frogs and salamanders, and they may have given rise to which one? And from reptiles evolved two different groups. Which two different groups evolved from the reptiles further? One is aves and another one is which one? Mammals. Achha, first let's talk about reptiles first. Up to the amphibia, organisms lay their eggs in water. You see, fishes lay their eggs in what? Frogs will lay their eggs in what? So up to this category, organisms have a tendency to lay their eggs in water. When you drop the eggs in water, they are supposed to have a jelly around them so that they can float. They don't sink. But reptiles were truly terrestrial. Amphibians still were dependent on water for reproduction and laying eggs. But reptiles were what? Truly terrestrial. Even those which live in water, like turtles, like crocodiles, for breathing, they come to the water surface. I hope you have heard about this. So they are purely terrestrial. Terrestrial aquatic क्या difference होता है? Aquatic होता है तो gills होना चाहिए या skin होना चाहिए respiration. But terrestrial होता है तो atmosphere में से air लेना, you got to have a lungs. So these all have a lungs which are only respiratory organs. So they all are terrestrial. Reptiles, aves, and mammals. So when they were on land and they had to drop their eggs on land, they should not have a jelly. Why not jelly? Jelly will dry up in the land on land. In a dry environment with open conditions, jelly will dry up. So their eggs will not survive. So they started laying the eggs, which were rather than jelly, they were surrounded by, protected by, enveloped by what? Shell. Mainly calcareous shell. Calcareous, you understand, na? Calcium carbonate and other salts. So they lay the eggs which are covered with what? Calcareous shell. Example, you must have seen crocodile, turtle, egg, lizards के eggs भी हमने देखे एक shell होता है. Same is the case for even which one? Their eggs are also covered with shell. What advantage it gave to the reptiles that see, obviously predation is there on either side, land as well as in water. But in water, the predators are more. Like your eggs are floating in water, anyone can come and capture them. On land, there are sites where you can conceal your eggs. So land gives that advantage, that edge. Comparatively, land पे इतनी species नहीं है जितनी water में. Predators are less, protection sites are available. So land is a better place for survival of eggs. Clear? In that scenario, when they lay their eggs, they are supposed to be having calcareous shell, which will protect them against conditions on land, high temperature, heated land, direct sunlight, dry conditions. So they will get the protection over. They will not dry up against sunlight, which otherwise they would have dried up if they were having jelly around them. तो बिना जेली के उनको ये प्रोटेक्शन मिल रहा है by having the calcareous shell. That was one of the reason for their success. Reptiles are the most successful animals, particularly vertebrates on the earth. एक insects और दूसरा reptiles. Compared to others, insects are best amongst invertebrates in survival and adaptation and their number. Maximum species belong to which one? Insects. उनके जितना कोई सक्सेसफुल नहीं. सक्सेस का क्या मायना होता है? लाइक व्हाट इज द इंडिकेटर ऑफ सक्सेस? सो मोर द नंबर ऑफ स्पीसीज यू हैव, सर्वाइवल कैपेसिटी ज्यादा है, एडेप्टेशन ज्यादा है, दैट इज अ सक्सेस इन इवोल्यूशन. सो व्हिच इज द स्पीसीज व्हिच इज मोस्ट सक्सेसफुल? इनवर्टिब्रेट्स। जो दूसरा है अच्छा सर्वाइवल के लिए, जिसको सबसे ज्यादा सर्वाइवल का बेस्ट एडेप्टेशन मिला था, वो रेप्टाइल्स थे एक्चुअली। और एक फेज में, एक एरा में वो डोमिनेटिंग थे, डायनासोर का जो एज था उसमें। No other animal could dominate the earth the way the dinosaurs, the reptiles dominated. Of course, now it is a decline for them. Otherwise, they were most dominant. What was the reason for their dominance? One of that was this. आगे जाते हैं रेप्टाइल्स में से। फिर रेप्टाइल्स रिमेन्ड एज इट इज, मैनी ऑफ देम, एंड सम ऑफ देम इवॉल्वड इनटू व्हिच वन, एव्स एंड। एक कनेक्टिंग लिंक है इन दोनों के बीच में, आपको उसका नेम पता है आपको? A connecting link, Archaeopteryx. So it is arguable whether it was there or not, and if we consider it as it was there, then it was supposed to be the connecting link between reptiles and it had some features of reptiles, like having tail, having teeth, and some features of apes, like having wings and feathers. Now, wings and feathers belong to aves. Tail, long tail with the, I mean, teeth in the jaws. That is the feature of. देखो, aves में teeth नहीं होते, beak होता है, तो उसकी beak में teeth थे, तो beak होना, wings होना is like aves, और उस beak के अंदर वापस क्या है? Teeth है, which is like a reptile. So it was a mixed blend of both. That is called connecting link between which two? Similarly, platypus करके एक organism which has got some features of reptiles and some of mammals, like having egg-laying capacities, like which one? And not purely homeothermic, poikilothermic nature. That is like what? But at the same time, having hair on the body and mammary glands in the body to nourish the young one. That is very much like which mammal? Mammals of the body. So this is the evolution of animals in brief. Have you understood? Yes. Copy this, we go to the next step. This is just an information you have to go through. Evolution of reptiles, 200 million years back. I'm talking about that period in which dinosaurs were dominant. There was a tremendous diversity of the reptiles. So the land reptiles went back into the water and evolved further, like Ichthyosaurus, very huge one. Ichthyosaurus. Ichthyo is for what? Fish. Ichthyology is for, ichthyo is for fish. Chondrichthyes, oestichthyes, bony fishes, cartilaginous fishes, like that. So ichthyo is for fishes. Saurus is for lizard. Dinosaurs, it's for lizards, big lizards. So fish like huge lizards, which were earlier like terrestrial, and then going back to which life? Aquatic life. Evolution happened in this way. Fishes were purely aquatic. Then amphibia, aquatic plus terrestrial, and reptiles became purely terrestrial. But some reptiles, like even crocodiles and others, had gone back to which life? Aquatic life. The land of reptiles, dinosaurs were dominating in this period. Largest one of them, Tyrannosaurus, T-Rex, with a 20 feet height and having huge head and dagger-like teeth. 65 million years back, dinosaurs disappeared from the earth. Possible reasons. Which one could be the possible reasons? Two are quoted here. One group of scientists believe that dinosaurs transformed into aves, evolved into aves. That sounds a little bit unacceptable, isn't it? Like their size was too huge. So we don't have this size, huge size birds flying in the sky. So it's ideally, maybe some dinosaurs may have turned into the aves, like the Archaeopteryx category. And if you have seen the movie of dinosaurs, the Jurassic Park, second one particularly, so many were flying all over the place. So maybe that may have happened, but not with all species. Then how come so many species present over there and none of them surviving? Climatic change can be the one. If you want to wipe out the whole species, I mean, so many species, it cannot be that all of them transform into other varieties. The only possibility is which one, and what could be the reason behind these kind of climatic changes? Maybe the meteor striking the earth. Yeah, I mean, volcanic eruptions also are not that strong in changing the climate of the earth at a global level. They may be working, जैसे इंडोनेशिया में है, तो they are very active in Indonesia, the volcanic activities, but they are restricted to one part, one continent, और उसका भी एक छोटा सा country में. That doesn't impact the whole country and continents over there. So something which could have shaken the earth, that could be meteor striking the earth, because when it strikes, huge volcanic eruption like activity and then cloud of the smoke and dust which can cover the earth, major part of the earth for a longer period of time, and sunlight may not have been received. When you don't have a sunlight for a long time, plants cannot survive. When plants are not there, herbivores cannot survive. Herbivores are not there, which one cannot survive for long? So aquatic life may have progressed, but land life may have been wiped off virtually. So those which were dominant at that time were which one? Reptile. उस टाइम पे एव्स और मैमल्स तो थे नहीं ज्यादा. You understand? तो जो था वो ओनली ग्रुप कौन सा था? एम्फीबिया फिशेस किसमें थे? These were yet to come, the mammals and aves. So which was the only group which would have been wiped off from the earth? So maybe the climatic changes of a drastic level, large scale, could have been reason behind their disappearance. But the small size reptiles survived over there. When dinosaurs were wiped off, which were left behind? Small size reptiles, such as which one? Lizards and crocodiles and tortoises and turtles and snakes and a python, which are comparatively small in size. So even when the conditions were unfavorable, they could conceal themselves into crevices and small places where they can protect themselves. Whereas dinosaurs with such a big and huge body, they cannot get the cover for their body. They cannot protect their body against things which are happening. So maybe all this may have contributed in their disappearance. While the dinosaurs were prevalent at that time, giant ferns, pteridophytes, ferns, you understand, pteridophytes, not ordinary pteridophytes, giant one, huge like tree. Normally fern is a small plant, several feet. These are huge as much as big trees. They were present. And whatever coal which we get today are nothing but what? Those giant ferns which got buried in the earth crust, transformed into coal. These deposits were developed because of these giant ferns over there. Then came aves and mammals. Amongst them, aves ka to continuation, very much close to whom? Reptiles. Look at their eggs, shelled eggs like reptiles. But mammals were different. Mammals brought in initial mammal like platypus and others, which may be the connecting link. They still had a which one? Shelled eggs. But majority mammals, they developed which nature? Viviparity. What is viviparity? Inside the womb of the mother, the baby develops. So what is been given birth is a miniature of the adult. Adult जो form होता है उसका miniature birth दिया जाता है. So shelled eggs are disappeared now in the mammalian group. What is the benefit? You can imagine two conditions. Mother is laying the egg outside the body in nature, and another one, mother is carrying the baby till it is born. Protection is given in the body of mother. That egg which is lying over there, maybe environmental conditions, maybe physical damage, maybe some predator animal. Snake eats its own eggs at times. So these kind of conditions, survival chances are very less. Then when you hatch out from the egg as a newborn, there also you are vulnerable for predation. So in this viviparity, first thing is protection is given to the young one throughout the process of development. बर्ड या रेप्टाइल का बेबी डेवलप होता है किसमें? एग में, आउटसाइड द बॉडी ऑफ मदर. मैमल का बेबी कहां पे डेवलप होता है? इन द वूम्ब ऑफ द मदर, वेरी वेल प्रोटेक्टेड. दूसरा, parental care even after birth. You see, even after birth, parental care is given. The newborns tend to remain with the mother. Most of them tend to remain with the mother in a group. Such care is also not given in other groups, which is very well given in which group, particularly mammal. Of course, ये उसमें होती है. Newborns are given food by the parents over there, protected by the parents. But mammals जैसा maximum care कोई नहीं देता newborn. And most important, suckling the mammary glands and giving the milk to the newborn. Nutrition is one of the most important requirement for newborn. So all these facilities are given in mammals. So mammals are at present most successful on the earth compared with the others. One thing which added into this, so many feathers on the crown of mammals, one of the feather added was intelligence, sensing and avoiding the danger. Mammals are best in sensing the danger and avoiding the danger. ये intelligence उनमें है. You see the deer. When deers are grazing, their ears, if you see, perceiving the sound from the surrounding constantly, movement chalta. They are very sense-wise, very active. So all these things have contributed in mammals evolution. First mammals which evolved were what? Shrew. छोटा सा एनिमल होता है, मैंने एक बार दिखाया था पिक में. I don't know, फिंगर टिप पे है shrew. किस चैप्टर, I don't know, चैप्टर नंबर 13, वो थर्मो रेगुलेशन से रिलेटेड एक टॉपिक था उसमें, shrew like animals, छोटा सा. So shrews, the first mammals. The South Africa mammals, confirm South America है या South Africa? South America. It's America. Read करो ठीक से. Mammals are virtually there on all continents. One of the continents, information has been discussed that they were there in South America. South America, North America, you understand, na? Joined by a very thin patch of land. एक narrow patch आता है, पनामा कैनाल ऐसा एक patch आता है बीच में, पता है आपको? साउथ नॉर्थ अमेरिका का एंड पार्ट और साउथ अमेरिका का टॉप मिल रहे हैं वहां पे एक छोटे से पॉइंट. सो South America had mammals such as horse, hippopotamus, bear, rabbit, etc. बहुत सारी mammals की variety थी वहां पे. The continental drift when joined South America with which one? पहले वो separate थे, but एक point पे continental drift में वो join हो गए. अच्छा, आपको पता है एशिया एंड अफ्रीका वर टुगेदर, दे गॉट सेपरेटेड. एशिया का वेस्ट कोस्ट, जैसे हमारा वेस्ट कोस्ट, मालाबार, महाराष्ट्र, कोंकण बेल्ट, महाराष्ट्र, गोवा, कर्नाटका एंड केरला वाला पैच, और अफ्रीका का ईस्ट कोस्ट, मडागास्कर, नॉट मडागास्कर, ईस्ट कोस्ट, वो दोनों एक, हाँ मोजाम्बिक शायद, वो दोनों एक पैरेलल पार्ट थे, वो डिटैच होके दो कॉन्टिनेंट में सेपरेट हुए. पता होगा शायद आपको, कॉन्टिनेंटल ड्रिफ्ट. So at that time South America and North America joined at one particular point. Because of that, what happened? North American mammals went into which one? South American plains. Because North America का climate अच्छा नहीं है, इतना कंफर्टेबल नहीं है, एक्सट्रीम है. कनाडा, अलास्का ऊपर अगर जाते हो तो बहुत टफ होता है टेरेन. तो they started coming down to which one? and started dominating the South American mammals. So वहां के जो mammals थे उनको क्या कर दिया, वाइप ऑफ कर दिया. और कौन से mammals ने dominance वहां पे दिखाया? So these mammals were overridden. Overridden means आके dominate कर गए, ये dominated हो गए यहाँ के mammals. By which one? North American fauna. Fauna means animals. So North American animals dominated which one? South American one, after the continental drift. Due to some continental drift, pouched mammals of Australia survived because of lack of competition from pouched mammals जो थे वो डिटैच होके किस में रह गए? Few were there in अफ्रीका. तो अफ्रीका, एशिया और ऑस्ट्रेलिया का जो एक पैच था वो 3 में सेपरेट हो गया. एक अफ्रीका बना, एक एशिया बना, और डाउन कहाँ पे आ गया? वो ऑस्ट्रेलिया. इसमें क्या हो गया? ऑस्ट्रेलियन मैमल्स गॉट सेपरेटेड फ्रॉम द मैमल्स ऑफ रिमेनिंग एंटायर वर्ल्ड. और ये इसमें डोमिनेंट कौन से थे? एंड व्हेन अदर मैमल्स वर नॉट देयर, लाइक ऑस्ट्रेलिया में एलिफेंट्स नहीं, हिपोज, राइनोज नहीं है, जिराफ नहीं ऑस्ट्रेलिया में. ये जो बिगर मैमल्स थे अफ्रीका के वो यहाँ पे नहीं. यहाँ पे थोड़े छोटे साइज के मैमल्स ज्यादा है ऑस्ट्रेलिया में. पर्टिकुलरली पाउच्ड एंड प्लेसेंटल मैमल्स में कौन सी वेराइटीज ज्यादा है? इवन टाइगर, लायन, ये वाली वेराइटीज भी नहीं है. इसे क्या हुआ, यहाँ के मैमल्स कैसे रह गए? बिना कंपटीशन के. तो दे कुड सर्वाइव. इमेजिन दीस मैमल्स वर अलोंग विथ व्हिच मैमल्स? African mammals. African mammals were dominant. They would have not let them survive even. But because they were out of competition, detached from the competition, they survived. Simple. बड़े बड़े मॉल्स होते हैं तो उनके सामने बड़े कॉम्पिटिशन. छोटा सा गाँव man, 15 million years ago primates originated. Amongst the mammals, primates is one of the group. Mammals is a big group, that is a class Mammalia. All with the mammary glands and with the hair on the body come under category of what? Mammals. Amongst the mammals there are different small groups. One of the group is which one? Primates. Mainly arboreal life. Arboreal means which life? Life on trees. When they evolved, they started with arboreal life only. The latest one, that is humans, the descendants of this primate, they are the ones which are on land. Otherwise, basically they are arboreal. Initial primates were very small, shrew-like animals actually. Shrew, somewhat similar to that organism, but they were living on tree. And from that, different varieties of primates evolved. And one of the variety was like chimpanzees and gorillas, like monkeys basically. In short, we use for this too, we use the words apes. So ape-like primates must have evolved. Entire body hairy and ability to be on tree as well as on land. Well, how are the apes different from monkeys? Monkeys or apes में क्या है? Monkeys का primarily they are arboreal. Mostly they are which one? Arboreal. Whereas chimpanzees and gorillas are now mostly what? Terrestrial. Rarely you see them going to the trees, but they are capable of managing both. To be on tree, that is arboreal, and to be on ground, that is a terrestrial life. So they can live in both, but they are more towards land-based life than which one? Arboreal life. So that group is known as which group? Apes. Initially, amongst the primates, two different forms of organisms were developed, Dryopithecus and which one? Ramapithecus. Dryopithecus are believed to be the ancestors of apes. इसमें से आगे जाके चिंपांजीज एंड गोरिल्लाज ये सब डेवलप हुए, और रामापिथेकस आर मोर ऑफ द एंसेस्टर्स ऑफ ह्यूमंस, मैन. उनमें से क्या डेवलप हुए? मैन. एक ग्रुप है, उसमें से एप्स का इवोल्यूशन हो रहा है, और दूसरा स्टॉक किस में इवॉल्व हो रहा है? ह्यूमंस में, मैन. एप्स लाइक गोरिल्ला, चिंपांजी, गिबन, ओरांगुटान, their ancestral form is which one? Dryopithecus. And for men, their ancestral form is which one? Ramapithecus. Dryopithecus and Ramapithecus must be evolved from some common ancestor. So एक common ancestor होगा, उसमें से एक group Dryopithecus, उसमें से apes and other forms, और दूसरा group किसमें convert हुआ? Ramapithecus, which further evolved into human, man. 3 to 4 million years ago, men like primates developed in East Africa. East Africa के जो fossils मिले, which are as old as how much? 3 million years or 4 million years, 30-40 lakh years back, they existed. Their fossils are available. These fossils were found from East African countries like Ethiopia and Tanzania. Their bones are first ones which match with the bones of man. Humans के जो bones है, उस टाइप की पैटर्न, उस टाइप का फीचर्स इनके बोन्स, फॉसिलाइज्ड बोन्स में दिखा. तो दिस गिव्स द आइडिया दैट मे बी 3 million years ago in Ethiopia and Tanzania, who must have existed? First man. And they walked upright. Now, how do you make out that the animal or organism must have walked upright? Because monkeys, when they walk, it's a tetrapedal. All 4 limbs they use to walk. Whereas gorillas, chimpanzees and humans, they can walk in a bipedal mode. ये difference है monkeys में और primates का, ये जो format है ना apes and man का. जैसे ये ज्यादा arboreal से ज्यादा कौन से बने? terrestrial. तो better कौन सा रहता है? Bipedal. Although they can walk both ways. Gorillas and others can walk tetrapedal as well as which one? Bipedal. So one is totally not erect one. Monkeys, ये semi erect आते हैं. Apes. और humans किस में आ जाते हैं? Fully erect. How do we make out that they were erect while they were walking? Erect posture. Looking at the curvature of the backbone. ये जो हमारा backbone होता है, vertebral column, उसके bones अगर मिल जाए तो उससे पता चलता है कि हमारा walking manner कैसा था? Erect और semi erect. दूसरा होता है the bones in the sole portion of our feet, उसका नेचर कैसा है, हमारे टोस का कर्वेचर कैसा है, उस सब से पता चलता है कि हमारा वॉकिंग कैसा है, बाईपेडल है या टेट्रापेडल, वो इरेक्ट है या सेमी इरेक्ट, वो पता चलता है. They were walking upright, erect. फिर टाइम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, closer to us, 2 million years ago. 3 million is far away from us. 2 million is closer to us. 2 million years back, 20 lakh years ago, the men-like forms which existed, they are called as which one? Australopithecines. Australopithecines, they were existed in which countries? Grasslands of East Africa. Evidence is suggested that they hunted with stone weapons, but essentially ate what? How do you know that they were hunters and were eating fruits? Hunting के लिए they must have used stones with sharp edges, and maybe even tied up with some stick like an axe. So that showed that they were using the stone weapons. Of course, with their dead bodies and their skeleton, not dead bodies, with their preserved fossilized skeleton, what was available along with that? Stone weapon. So that is indication that they must have used it. They must be killing the animals to get their hide, their body cover, their skin. to protect their body. So they must be getting the hide of the animal by killing it. But they were not eating the meat. How do you know that? How do you know that they were eating the fruits? You understand this as question? So maybe the jaw pattern, the pattern of jaws, the teeth, the setup of that teeth, maybe the indicator that they must be feeding upon which things? Vegetables and fruits rather than capturing the animal and killing and eating the meat. Some bones were different from the typical human bones. They called the first human-like being hominid, and they are called as Homo habilis. Space should be there. Scientific name है genus Homo. Species which one? Habilis. These were Homo erectus. Those which could walk upright. उसके लिए क्या word use हुआ था? Homo erectus. Homogeneous है. उसमें से डिफरेंट स्पीसीज इवॉल्व हुए. पहला कौन सा? इरेक्टस, मे बी 3 to 4 million years ago. फिर मे बी 2 million years, 1.5 million years ago, Homo habilis. Their brain capacity was 650 to 800 cc. cc stands for cubic centimeter. वॉल्यूम मेजर करना. किसका? क्रेनियम का, जिसमें क्या होता है? ब्रेन. How can you measure the brain size of the animal whose body is fossilized, only bones are left? Brain is present in what? Which part? Cranium. So cranium का वॉल्यूम मेजर कर सकते हो, तो that means you are measuring the volume of brain. Possibly वो वर्कआउट कर सकते हैं. So उसका cranial capacity कितना था? उसका ब्रेन साइज छोटा था. हमारा अप्रोक्सीमेटली 1200 प्लस और माइनस फ्यू है, 1300 के पास. दैट मीन्स उनका हमसे आधा साइज का ब्रेन. दे डिड नॉट ईट व्हाट? अगेन कुछ ऐसे साइंस मिले हैं जिससे पता चलेगा कि ये फ्रूट ईटर्स थे, नॉट दी मीट ईटर्स. देन स्टोरी गोज फर्दर. अच्छा, ये इरेक्टस लेट बोल रहे हैं ये लोग. हेबिलिस पहले आया, फिर इरेक्टस के बारे में बात करें. माय मिस्टेक. 2 million years ago which group? Habilis. फिर आता है 1.5 million years ago which group? Erectus. Fossils discovered from Java. Java, Sumatra, Bali कहाँ पे है? Indonesia and other nearby islands. These are. So East Asia, which part? East Asian human के जो fossils है, that species was allotted the name Erectus, Homo erectus. ब्रेन साइज हाउ मच? इसका ब्रेन साइज कितना था? 652. इरेक्टस का कितना था? Then 1 lakh years ago, by the way, they ate meat. They ate meat. कैसे पता चला होगा? Again, dentition, jaw pattern, etc. would be the sign, indicator of this fact. Then 1 lakh years ago to as much as how much? 40,000 years back, Homo neanderthalensis. Which variety? Homo neanderthalensis. Neanderthal man. जर्मनी का निएंडरथल वैली, जर्मनी में एक वैली जिसका नेम क्या है? निएंडरथल. वहां से ये फॉसिल्स मिले थे, इसलिए इसको क्या कहते हैं? निएंडरथल. ऐसा. ईस्ट एंड सेंट्रल एशिया. अब इमेजिन करो सेंट्रल एशिया, रशिया का जो पार्ट, और उसका ईस्ट में यूरोप आ जाता है, तो उस पोर्शन में वहां से मिला था इसका फॉसिल्स. They used hides to protect their body and they buried their dead. First time ये सेंस आना कि अपने क्लोज मेंबर्स ऑफ द फैमिली अगर डेथ होता है तो उनको बरी करने का पैटर्न, क्योंकि उनके जो फॉसिल मिले थे उसमें स्पेशलाइज्ड ऐसा था कि फॉसिल्स वर नॉट रैंडमली अवेलेबल, लाइक बरीड पैटर्न में मिले थे, उसके साथ कुछ चीजें रखी थी, तो इस टाइप का जो पैटर्न आना, वो सेंस आना ह्यूमंस की, वो इंटरेस्टिंग था। ब्रेन साइज, लुक एट द ब्रेन साइज, व्हाट इज दैट? सबसे हाईएस्ट अब तक का। हमारा भी इससे थोड़ा कम है शायद, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, अगर हमारा इंफॉर्मेशन मिले तो 1200 1300 के बीच में। सो निएंडरथल्स 1 lakh years ago with how much? 1400 cc. What you got to do is, you got to make a chart only. This can be prepared only by chart format. स्टेट बोर्ड में पूछते हैं, गुड सीटी में पूछते हैं, एमसीक्यूज नीट में भी पूछते हैं। अब कंफ्यूजिंग है, द वे आई गॉट कंफ्यूज्ड इनिशियली। तो व्हाट आई एम सजेस्टिंग दैट एक साइड पे टाइम पीरियड, देन वैरायटी, देन क्रेनियल कैपेसिटी एंड स्पेशल फीचर लाइक फ्रूट ईटर, मीट ईटर, वो ऐड करते जाओ। आपको वो सीक्वेंस याद रहेगा ना, तो पूरा का पूरा चार्ट के बेस पे आप रिप्लाई दे सकते हैं। So they used, they used to bury their dead ones. They used the hides to protect their body. They used weapons also. एक डिस्कवरी पे एक स्टोरी दिखाया था, उसमें दिखाया था कि एक पॉइंट पे निएंडरथल्स एंड सेपियंस came face to face. In which sense के they started trying to dominate each other, और उस प्रोसेस में कौन डोमिनेट कर गया, and who was wiped off? That was another variety of human. Another variety of human. ऐसे नहीं लायन में होता है एशियाटिक वैरायटी, अफ्रीकन वैरायटी, राइनो, 1 horn rhino of Asia, 2 horn rhino of Africa. Elephants थोड़े different है, Asiatic elephant and African elephants are different. Have you seen them? तो ह्यूमन की 2 वैरायटी थी। जो एग्जिस्टिंग सेपियंस है उससे थोड़ा डिफरेंट कौन से थे? निएंडरथल्स। थोड़े हाइट बॉडी में ज्यादा थे, ब्रेन कैपेसिटी ज्यादा थी, बट समहाउ दे वर डिफीटेड। एंड देन केम विच वैरायटी? सेपियंस। इनका अप्रोक्सीमेटली 1200 सीसी है, हमारा 1200 सीसी वॉल्यूम है ब्रेन का, ऐसा। In Africa and moved across all the continents and developed into distinct races. इसका ओरिजिन अगर ट्रेस होता है तो वो फाइनली कहां पे से मिल रहा है? सेपियंस के फर्स्ट ट्रेसेस कहां से मिल रहे हैं? ईस्ट अफ्रीका से मिल रहे हैं। एंड यू नो ईस्ट अफ्रीका इज कनेक्टेड टू यूरोप एंड एशिया, वहां पे लीड मिल रहे हैं। और ये एशिया मीट्स अमेरिका, एक पॉइंट है जहां पे ग्लेशियर्स को आप ट्रेस करो तो ग्रीनलैंड एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ अगर आप देखो तो रशिया का साइबेरिया का पोर्शन मीट कर रहा है। अर्थ का मैप जनरली हम देखते हैं तो इंडिया के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से ही देखते हैं, बट एक रियलिटी में अगर देखो तो नॉर्थ पोल पे रशिया, यूरोप एंड नॉर्थ अमेरिका आर मीटिंग एट सर्टेन पॉइंट। टेक्निकली प्योर मीटिंग पॉइंट नहीं है कि सीधा कनेक्टेड है, बट एक पॉइंट पे होता है कि लगता है कि कनेक्टिविटी हो सकती है। So somehow land may be connected at one point of time and now it is physically separated. Otherwise, Asia was connected to which one? North America. और North America किससे connected था? So everything was connected. So Asia, अफ्रीका में जो लाइफ ओरिजिनेट हुआ, होमो सेपियंस का फर्स्ट फॉर्म रादर, वो पूरे वर्ल्ड में स्प्रेड हुआ। It developed into distinct races. रहे सेपियंस, इसको कहते हैं होमो सेपियंस। सेपियंस ये क्या है? जीनस है। ये क्या है? ये क्या है? सब स्पीसीज है इसका। इसका क्या है? सब स्पीसीज है। इसको मॉडर्न मैन कहते हैं। मॉडर्न मैन मीन्स सूट बूट पहने हुआ, ऐसा नहीं। मैन की लेटेस्ट वर्जन, मॉडर्न लाइफ जो चल रही है उसमें इवोल्यूशन का जो लास्ट वर्जन है मैन का, ये सब मैन ही। These all were men. Men means जो ह्यूमन का जो फॉर्मेट है ये, उसमें सबसे लेटेस्ट कौन सा है? सेपियंस सेपियंस। और इसकी फिर 5 रेसेस इवॉल्व हुई, जैसे निग्रॉइड, दूसरी निग्रॉइड कौन सा? अफ्रीकन ब्लैक। फिर कॉकेसॉइड, यूरोपियन फेयर प्योरली। फिर मंगोलॉइड, ईस्टर्न एशिया पूरा, जापान, कोरिया, चाइना, फिलीपाइंस, पार्ट्स ऑफ इंडिया इवन। फिर कौन सा? ऑस्ट्रेलॉइड। ये ना एक्चुअली जो अभी ऑस्ट्रेलियंस है ना, दे आर नॉट ट्रू ऑस्ट्रेलियंस, दे डोंट बिलोंग टू द लैंड ऑफ ऑस्ट्रेलिया, they are Europeans who migrated from Europe and gone to which one? Australia. ये शेन वॉन एंड ऑल दैट पीपल यू नो ना, वहां के 2-3 फेमस पर्सनालिटी में से 1-2 का नाम रिकी पॉन्टिंग एंड अदर्स। तो ये जो है ना, वो क्या थे पता है? यूरोप में जो क्रिमिनल्स होते हैं और पर्टिकुलर वैरायटी के इंडिविजुअल्स जो वर्क में काम के नहीं थे, उनको लेके जहाज में भर के कहां पे डंप कर दिया? एक ऐसे कॉन्टिनेंट में डंप कर, जाओ वहां पे जियो अपनी लाइफ, इधर से निकल जाओ, इस सोसाइटी से निकल जाओ। Some of them have migrated to what? America, North America. तो जो बुश एंड अभी कौन है वो जो अभी था ना, वो ट्रम्प एंड ऑल दिस पीपल, दे आर नॉट अमेरिकन्स, दे आर यूरोपियंस। Europeans were there in Europe. They migrated to these 2 places, North America as well as which one? Australia. और वहां पे जाके रहने लगे. They started calling themselves as Americans and others started calling themselves as what? But they are not there as the original members of this areas. ऑस्ट्रेलिया में जो थे वहां के ओरिजिनल, वो आदिवासी टाइप होते हैं ना, ट्राइब्स, वो और पापुआ गिनी, न्यू पापुआ गिनी सुना है आपने? ऑस्ट्रेलिया के ऊपर छोटा सा एक आइलैंड और कंट्री है वो, और वहां के जो छोटे छोटे आइलैंड्स, वहां पे थी वो ट्राइब को क्या कहते हैं? ऑस्ट्रेलॉइड ट्राइब। जो हमारे यहां तक है, वो अंडमान निकोबार आइलैंड्स, वहां तक है वो ट्राइब्स, आज भी है कुछ एरियाज जहां पे हम नहीं जाते। और थे रेड इंडियंस, रेड इंडियंस विच वर एक्चुअली ओरिजिनल अमेरिकन्स। वो रेड इंडियंस होते हैं ना, वो भाला भाला लेके घूमते थे, और वो ना फेदर्स वाला क्राउन, जिंगालाला हु टाइप के हॉर्सेस पे घूमते रहते। रेड इंडियंस, उनको रेड इंडियंस क्यों कहा गया? पहली बार जब उसका विजिट हुआ ना इस कॉन्टिनेंट का, तो अमेरिकन तो थे नहीं वहां पे, यूरोपियंस गए वहां पे, कोलंबस ने कुछ किया ना आइडेंटिफाई अमेरिका, तो वहां पे गए, तो ये इतने, उनकी स्किन फेयर और इतने रेड रेड टमाटे जैसे होते हैं ना उस टाइप में, तो रेड कलर, और उसको लगा मैं इंडिया आ गया। वो किसकी सर्च में था? इंडिया की। उसको लगा मैं इंडिया में आ गया और इंडियंस रेड कलर के होते हैं, तो उसने रेड इंडियन नेम बोला। वहां से रेड इंडियन ये जो रेस है उसके बारे में, अभी तो क्या है, वो रेड इंडियंस को बहुत ही रिस्ट्रिक्टेड कर दिया है, and they are almost disappearing. This variety of the human is disappearing. Race is, these 2 races are disappearing because of this race. ये रेस, यूरोपियन रेस ने यहाँ पे जाके, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में, यहाँ पे अमेरिका में जाके इनको वाइप ऑफ कर डाला, इसीलिए ये 2 रेस क्या हो रही है? डिसअपियर। क्या टाइम हुआ एग्जैक्टली? 2 minutes more. So 50 or 75,000 or 10,000 years in between that period, modern man, Homo sapiens arose. Okay, इसका टाइम पीरियड क्या लिखेंगे? $15,000 years ago, prehistoric cave art was developed. The cave art, caveman must have done it. So caveman was living in the caves in which time period? And 10,000 years ago, what happened? agricultural practice started 10,000 years ago. The fossils and traces of this history reveal that 10,000 years ago humans started what? Agricultural practice. When agricultural practice happened, you tend to live with this land where you are performing this away from forest and wildlife. So you develop your settlements. When you develop your settlements, along with you tame the animals like cow, buffalo, etc., which can give you the milk, dog, etc., which can protect your other such animals. So that pets and other sort of domestic animals were developed from the wild to domestication happened over there. So that was done in this period. Horses, cow, buffalo, and dogs kind of animals were domesticated from which format? Wild. Every organism was wild to begin with. We domesticated certain plants and animals. और उसके बाद ये human settlements start हुए. Indians have no race. Pure Indians are of no pure race. हमारा अगर देखो तो कोई प्योर रेस है ही नहीं. जो साउथ द्रविडियंस है, which are more like which one? They are very close to the Australoid race. फिर नॉर्थ ईस्ट के वाले जो है, they are very much. फिर नॉर्थ इंडिया, particularly the Kashmir and all that part, फिर थोड़े बहुत किसके टाइप के हैं? ईरानियन एंड यूरोपियन कैटेगरी के लग रहे हैं, कॉकेसॉइड थोड़े. We are तो not a pure race. We are a veil mix of every race. हर एक रेस का थोड़ा थोड़ा मिक्सचर हमारे में आ जाता है, ऐसा है. इससे कोई कनेक्टिविटी नहीं तो हमारा नेम वहां पे रेड इंडियन. वी आर फार अवे फ्रॉम देम टोटली. बट देन अगेन, सो वी डोंट हैव अ pure race, but these are the 5 races which have evolved over there. With this I conclude your syllabus, chapter number 7 and your syllabus. Thank you for your cooperation throughout, and those who are online, thanks to them also. As I was that some of the topics which can be taught only in offline manner, but unfortunately we have no choice to go for it online manner. Our priority was to complete the syllabus which we. Now, as and when in near future, in remaining 3 months, 2 months, whatever left before your exams, as and when you people feel that you want to study something over here, you are welcome. एक चीज करना है, अगर आते हो कोई भी टॉपिक लर्न करने तो 2 चीजें. एक तो उस टॉपिक को ऑनलाइन पे एक बार देख, जो रिकॉर्डेड वर्जन